I guess you don't want to pick Storm into Puck or Storm like into Puck DK. That actually sounds horrendous. So I guess it does kind of make sense. But Void Spirit kind of, it's not like he's not vulnerable to that either. That's a little bit
Yeah,
tough.
I mean this Void Spirit's like old tech, so they're trying to bring back something from last patch to this patch, and there is a reason why it's no longer played in this patch. It's not nearly as strong as many of the other mid laners right now, but they'll give it a shot. We'll see.
Okay.
I Knoxville actually corrected us, by the way. It's actually Tusk that's doing the worst, and Void Spirit's second. So
Oh,
Tusk is 1 in
Knoxville.
10 in these qualifiers. Yeah, yep. But
Unbelievable.
Void Spirit's a close second. I think it's pretty. I think it's pretty close. Lyrical, it's okay.
Thank you.
It's all
I
right.
appreciate the support in this trying time being countered by Knoxville.
In the chat. They pick up the Earth Spirit, another hero that we haven't seen as much these qualifiers, but not nearly as bad a win rate as the Void Spirit. I'll say this until Knoxville corrects me. So, thoughts on this pickup? 5-Up has been picking up a bit here. He's the only person I think we've seen in the NA qualifiers pick it up. Why is the hero stop being so relevant here?
It's mainly just because like people are kind of like following this cookie cutter lane setup of ranged hero plus melee hero, and most of the ranged offlaners are just not that popular. And if you pick a Viper or you pick a Leshrac, then it opens your avenues for having a Nyx, which I think is the best melee, but it's banned. So they're going for the next best thing, which is the Earth Spirit to lane with this Viper, because they have shown their cards with the Void Spirit that Viper is offlane. So they need to pick a stun so Viper can, people can't just TP out in front of them, as we saw was kind of a problem last game, or yesterday for Black and Yellow when they picked the Viper, no stuns. They just need to make sure when you have Viper, pick a lot of stuns. So
Dude,
Earth Spirit's good at that.
I don't know. I feel like there's some switcheroo stuff that's about to happen. Arkosh is about to like Uno reverse him here in a minute because Aui's been playing some weird position fives. I don't think they're gonna last pick a position five unless it's like amazing. Maybe you like switch it up here and it's like Void Spirit 5, and then you have like
Black and
either
Yellow
Viper
has
or
the
Mid.
last pick here, right?
Right, exactly. That's the part that's weird about it too. But like, are they really like? Is this really the lineup that they're gonna have? Like, Viper off lane with Earth Spirit and then like Void Spirit mid. I feel like I don't know. I feel like something's gonna change. Maybe I'm
Perhaps,
wrong though.
but I think they just need a normal 5. So they're banning out like the Holy Locket healers. The
Okay.
AA's gone to. There could be a Train Protector. That's another one that's still in the pool, I believe. Yeah, it is. What other healers? Basically, the 5 rule right now is either you pick AA or a healing 5. That's like pretty much where the meta's at right now. And since there's no AA, they're probably gonna go for one of the healers. If it's Abaddon, Undying, these are all
Witch
like some
Doctor could
decent
be kind of
choice.
cool.
Yeah, Witch Doctor's okay. Witch Doctor's good because like it is another hero that can make this DK feel not tanky, and that's like kind of the strength of the hero. If you play versus Witch Doctor Viper as DK, you don't feel good. You're just gonna be a glorified blink stun. You're not tanking anything. So I do like that option.
Is there any chance you flex the Viper 5? Is that a possibility that could happen here? You cancel the DK's lane? Or is that just you still lack the stuns there? You pick up a stun.
You could do that, but they would still need the same type of position 3, which Viper I think is just the best at it. So I don't know. Oh, the Aoi Visage 5.
Oh, all right.
There we go. That's not a heal at all, but that is an Aoi classic. So
that's a callback, yeah.
And that's definitely not meta, so that's fun.
Do the birds get the Luna aura? I can't remember. I feel like
yes,
they don't.
they do.
They do. Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they do. There's a few units that get it. I think it's the birds, the golem, lone druid bear, and panda brewmaster split. I think it's it, and that's about it. So it is a little bit of cheese there. Some mechanical knowledge, I'm sure Aoi has already thought of, I guess, before this.
Right.
Anyway, last pick carry for black and yellow. So they need to find something that can lane versus the Viper, which is sometimes hard to do. A lot of people would do the Drow, I think. That's what Undying went to. Drow versus a good versus Luna too, but versus Void Spirit, not so much. Oh, they went with the Morphling, so this is another matchup I talked about that's very good versus the Luna. So if he can make it the laning stage work, it's pretty good Morph game, and he can. I think he could probably carry this one.
Alright, well, you guys saw the drafts. I think I already know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. Lyrical first, which draft do you prefer?
I really want to pick Arkosh, but I can't. I can't do it. The black and yellow, I think, got this one in the bag. I like that last pick, Morph.
Fear?
Yeah, I mean, I think black and yellow looks stronger to me on paper, and I am not sure about this Visage 5, so we'll see. We'll see what he can do, but I'm not a believer yet.
All right. Oh, that's an interesting term for Arkosh here. Black and yellow, will they be able to take the first game with their normal Dota? Or will Arkosh Gaming show us the power of sacrifices that I know they do before every game? We'll see shortly as to take us on this wonderful but definitely very odd journey. It's going to be the great casting pair of Lyrical and Fear. Take it away.
Thank you, Avo. So good to see another round of games for Dota 2. You know, Fear, we started off like I think at 9 a.m. It's already 1:15 on Pacific side of the U.S. And we've only had one series, so we might be burning the midnight oil a little bit based upon how late
that was
those
an Envy series, so
yeah.
we could get that one out of the way.
Do you think this puts us back on track with this series based upon what you're seeing so far?
I could see the series going to game 3, to be totally honest with you, but
Okay.
I think black and yellow is a bit better, so I'm expecting a 2-0. But who knows? Anything could happen. Both drafts are good. I like both drafts, to be honest. The Visage 5 is cool, but will it work? I don't know. If it does, I'll be a fan. You know, it's the Luna aura with the birds. It's a lot of damage, honestly. So
Right. Well, and something else that I'm thinking about now is they smoke out as 5 heroes. If this turned into like a big battle, having that soul assumption already up and ready to go, I could see like, you know, a 5-on-5 battle turning into like a, you know, triple kill or something for Aoi on that Visage, depending upon how it all went. But most pro Visage games, currently the highest by 13 for Aoi as Yamsun. Oh, they pull him back in, and yes, if they bring him down, they will. Pale Horse draws first blood. Big plays.
yeah, they didn't even have to use the soul assumption there. Just got 5-man. Morph being known as like probably the weakest level 1 hero in the game. Yeah, no chance in that one.
Pale Horse did have to level up Loose and Beam. How much does that hurt your laning, if at all?
Not at all. Most pro players don't even level Aura at level 1. It's only 5 damage, and you can use the Beam to mini-stun people to get last hits, instead of just using the Beam to get last hits. You have options there. Okay. The 5 damage is like, it's nothing. It goes 5 to 15 damage, so most people get the Aura at level 3, 2 points in it.
Okay.
But yeah, level 1 Aura. Not a big deal.
Well, sounds good. We'll
they're going again.
Ooh.
On the bottom lane here.
Yo, Yams. I mean, if this happens, this would be tragic. Did he? No, he didn't use his TP to come out here, so actually wouldn't be that bad.
Just another kill, which is cool. Right. But he already has like no gold already. He's done.
Well, poor old Yamsun gonna be chased all the way back, killed off, and black and yellow being zoned out of lane is the tip.
Oh, they canceled Aoi's TP.
Oh, that. So did they just try lane here? I mean, there's 3 versus 3. And then it's DK versus Luna top. Do they decide to stick this out then?
I think Arkosh have no choice. And I don't think Luna will be that sad in this 1v1, so it's just going to make things weird, I think, here. More than anything. But it might even actually end up being good for them against this Morphling. We'll see.
Right.
I mean, Flea's just going to ditch here, but this Morph might struggle against a tri-lane like this.
Oh, Jubei. Almost lost his courier there, but good use there. The battery assault. Now they're rolling onto Yamsun yet again. He's in some trouble another time. Dude, this soul assumption and the right clicks coming through. 3 deaths in a minute. Holy moly. Did lose his courier with a lot of mana regen on it actually for Aoi, so that's unfortunate. But I mean, Morph's not coming back for a while. Did he buy a smoke?
Yeah. Canceling that TP on Visage is actually good for Arkosh, because now this Morph died again for the 3rd time with no TP up. He is so sad. I talked about how the carry matchup's good for this Morph versus Luna. I also talked about how this Morphling farms a lot slower than Luna, and if you have a bad start like this on Morph, like, you're not coming back very easily.
Not at all. You can see right there. I mean, I don't know how much those kills actually had to do with the Visage or not. Obviously, you know, making it a little bit easier, having that soul assumption, but it was mainly the Earth Spirit rolls making it work and good vision down. But nonetheless, the first time we're seeing this hero in the qualifiers still shows that it has some strength. Yamsun apparently doesn't even want to come back to lane. He's like, all right, I'm just going to, you know, body block. We'll make a new life for ourselves over here. Oh man, the wave is pushing out the other direction. Gremlo's just going to keep it there most likely. Yeah, this is frustrating.
Yeah, he has 1 CS level 1. Not a lot's going to happen for him. There's going to be a lot of space creation needed from the mid laner this game.
Totally. Well, we'll keep an eye on that one and see how it goes, as so far it appears that, oh my god, Jubei taking more damage. Is he just very close to dead again, but does have the salve up, has brought a ton of regen out, so that's something at least in this lane for sure. And Aoi just now getting his courier, bringing back out all the rest of his mana regen items. Does need to be a little bit careful there as they keep the pressure on. You might have to use another salve. Damn, dude. This is
unplayable. Bot lane's unplayable. Saying it's a disaster is like an understatement. Like, he's 0-3, 1 CS at 3.5 minutes. Yeah. I mean, I did a bit of morph spamming for like probably 2 weeks, and the one rule I learned when playing morph, and Yamso's probably kicking himself for this, is when you play morph, you sit and you hide in the trees. Because you can't do anything in level 1 engagements. The fact that he wasn't just sitting in the trees and just waiting for that wave caused all this to happen, to be honest with you. And yeah, we'll see what they can do. But top lane might be going okay.
Yeah, Pale Horse keeps on tanking through a couple of these arrows. Zero trying to chase him, but won't be able to get any more. The roll afterwards on to Flea. Forces out a leap. Does have the arrow, but Crow... looks like they're going to be okay there as they back away. Does Crow get caught? Yeah, he doesn't have a roll. They're going to eventually find that finish. So well played there. Obviously not as bad as what was going on down bottom. And Aoi actually makes the TP now, gives over the salve. And he's going to play in this lane now.
All right, that's really good for Yam. So now he's going to have an opportunity to actually CS a bit.
He got his second CS right there on that small creep.
Yeah, I mean, this matchup for Morph is like pretty bad until he's level 5, and then he has enough attribute shift to deal with the poison. So, whatever it takes to help him get to that level.
Right.
Oh, but they switch her Spirit back bottom. They're not going to let this pressure off this Morph.
Gonna keep him on it. Keep him on his toes. It's been a very, very rough game for him already, but as you can see up top, actually, wait, keep our eyes down bottom for a second. As the roll in comes, Jubei, again in trouble and dead. Yamsun, oh no, they have an urn also. The slow, steady beatdown has waveform on Yamsun and finally commits it. Gremlo thought about chasing, but decides not to. Instead, just going to keep that pressure on. They did a good job up top there, as you could see, pulling the wave off to the side. Now Aoi is going to be able to connect with these creeps as well. So pulling the lane equilibrium a little bit further back into their favor here, or at least attempting to.
Yeah, it was a good stop by Flea to connect that back in. As you see this top lane, it's like Luna's doing just fine, even though she was dueling for a large portion of the early game. Just unfortunately, this DK could not apply a lot of pressure in this 1v1 situation. It's part of the strength of Luna just being a generally really strong laner. That's why she's so popular.
Right. Well, it's so interesting too, because when we talked about the problems that Arkosh were dealing with yesterday, it was all in their laning stage. Once you got past that, like, things were looking fine. They looked like a pretty solid team. I'm kind of curious if they can keep up that momentum, or if Black and Yellow can sort of show the strength that we saw yesterday and sort of pull through this and you know, find themselves some openings in the mid game. Like you said, you know, Morph's definitely not having a good time, but there is still a decent time for this puck, and we've seen this hero be able to carry games at times.
Yeah, I mean, I think Black and Yellow is no stranger to having bad early games as well. So I think they are not losing it too much right now and keeping their cool, and Viper's doing a huge stack here.
Yeah.
I mean, all in all, it's like the gold net worth lead is less than 1,000, which is not bad considering how much of a disaster this bottom lane was.
Right.
The pucks are killing it in the mid lane right now.
Having a pretty good time there. 300 gold up for sure. There is still that level disparity that exists, but it's not like too pronounced. So we'll keep our eyes on it, see how this stuff goes, if they can translate some more of these, you know, early leads on Arkosh into further leads. But there's a rotation towards mid right now. Jubei is there. and is just going to try and deny out and take down these wards, it looks like. So it does manage to get a D ward there as well. Nice play.
Yeah, black and yellow's play options are pretty limited without the puck. Like Jubei's, he's had a rough one bottom lane. He has no boots. He's not that strong on the map right now. He's just gonna play, you know, pos 6 and do some de-warding and stuff.
Right.
But they could make rotation down to bottom with the clock and then TP in the puck, and then I actually think they could kill this Viper. If that is what they choose to do, but it looks like they would rather play for the runes, the 8-minute runes, which is a good choice. But after that, I'd like for them to see a rotation.
Oh my god, he killed his courier. That's so annoying. And the haste rune going to be popped afterwards, and then the regen rune snagged by Jubei. So Crow now gets the roll out of there, and looks like he's going to be fine as well. I guess part of this, too, is just wanting to give Yamsun a little bit of solo XP, so that way he could catch back up, since it's pretty hard for the Viper to, like, solo kill him or anything. So I can kind of understand that side of it as well. But we'll see if they try and make a move afterwards, as Coil towards mid, as well as Flea being in the area. Can they survive? Canis Vulpes? Silence is there, and they find the finish. Really good play by Esk.
Yeah, really good. I was just wondering what Yamsun's saving up for. He might be in a lot of trouble here. Yeah, he's done. But he had like 1,700 gold on him. No item. I'm like, oh, he just didn't have a courier. Okay. He just bought it now.
All right.
I was gonna say, is he going Midas or something here? Is that the comeback mechanic? I saw Gunner do that the other day.
Right. There's a chance. You can see Flea in the jungle, scouting things out, seeing that there's a triple stack there. And Pale Horse just wants to go for a little bit of an AFK farm type of thing. But there are 3 heroes up top, including Canis Vulpes. Looking for this jump now onto Zero, but it's already backed away. Good recognition by Zero to retreat back into a little bit safer of a position. Yeah, I like black and yellow's play so far here. And they're going to come and try and steal this stack as well. Taking away this gold from Luna is so nice if they can make it happen. But Canis Vulpes. Oh, careful. Jump through. Finds him. Silence afterwards. Esk. He's already used his orb. He's used everything. He's dead. Max and Nuke. No phase shift.
Yeah, I think he jumped back to his orb there instead of just backing out. Cost him his life there. So normally you see the supports taking the mid lane in this type of game, but Yamsun had such a bad game that he's just going to take over the mid lane, which means the supports are going to have to find somewhere else to get their farm for now. But luckily, I think Flea has had a pretty good game. Shouldn't sweat it too much. And top lane.
And the satanic panic coming in. Zero is going to go down. Howie the one that finds that kill, and he has level 6 now. Dude, you coming online, it's a whole different hero. Has a decent chunk of gold too. Wouldn't mind seeing something come out. Maybe a medallion or something if he wants to. Be pretty nifty.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest problem why people don't pick this Visage on support is you're so weak in the laning stage, but once you do get your levels and you have your max soul assumption and your birds, he actually outputs a ton of damage and a lot of utility with the stuns from the birds. So he's having a great game for a POS 5 Visage.
Totally. And they've taken that bottom tier 1 tower, and now Esk. Do they find him? They've got the silence to start it, and there it is. Got him caught, pulls him back in, dead again. Just some easy movement into the jungle, finding the kills. And Owie, the position 5, able to zone out the Morphlade for the moment as well. Oh,
yeah, he's higher level than the Morph right now.
Or Yamsun.
That's not good.
A little less than ideal. 2-8, 2,000 gold lead here at 11 minutes. And at the very least, you do have some pressure that's being mounted up top. Zero now knows, all right, I'm off lane DK. It's my job to take this tower, try and pressure it. They got a catapult wave. They will glyph now, and at the same time, Arkosh, they're taking mid-tier 1 with this catapult.
Yeah, it's a favorable trade when they already got the bottom tier 1. So instead of defending the top one, they're already set up on black and yellow. They're going to force them to either not take that top tower or trade the mid tower for it. And that's 2 towers to 1, and that's the enemy mid tower, which is the hardest tower in the game to take in the early game. It's just in general the hardest tower to take.
Well, it wasn't that hard that time, as they were completely free after the great laning stage that they've got, and they're translating it into objectives. The other thing that we did see, at least, was a possessed mass picked up from Morphling, and didn't get one on the side of Arkosh. This is huge for Yamsun, along with that Morbid Mass to allow him to just like stay out there farming as fast as he can.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Unfortunately, he already went for the Morbid Mass. Sometimes when I play these heroes, I wait to see what the neutral items are before I commit to a Morbid Mask. He has like an abundance of regen, but it's still good, the 7 stats.
Right. Yeah. It's, maybe he should have saved up for the Midas. Who knows?
After seeing his game, I wouldn't have hated it, to be honest, but this is fine.
All right, well, 13 minutes in now, and Arkosh kind of just taking over this whole area. It does look like now it's going to be a smoke play. Zero has his Blink Dagger. They're going to find Gremlo right at the start, who is still rather tanky, but when everybody shows up together, I'll be more than enough to find the kill.
Unfortunately, Jubei got it. I don't think he's going to do much with net worth this game, but it is good that they got Gremlo. He had a streak going for him there.
Right.
Aui's just collecting so much farm on the top lane. Luna's going to just farm the triangle in the mid lane. Oh, this is a big kill.
Oh, yep. Nice. Oh, no. Jump away. Canis Vulpes tries to get the double jump out, but it was too much damage. They managed to bring him down. Very well played, as Black and Yellow, they're still dropping these remnants down. He can do another one if he wants to with the Magnetize, but Crow deciding it's for not. And Yamsun also takes down Aoi, but the chase down onto Flea. Now they find him. Jubei gets slowed, barely able to get that blink out as Zero. And the roll forward, trying to find this clockwork. They get the Orb of Venom slowed down onto him. The chase continuing. They still have Pale Horse in the area as well. Oh, there's the Spirit Vessel. And now the roll follow-up connects onto Zero. The chase continues. Arkosh didn't give up on it. And Jubei throws out the hook shot, will take down Crow, but they take down 3 in turn, just a little bit too slow with those moves.
Wow, that's a Spirit Vessel Viper. That is like maximum toxicity.
Yeah.
They don't see that very often, but against the Morphling and the DK, why not? Like, it's a great Spirit Vessel game.
Oh, and now the turn on to Flea. They didn't know Esk was here, but you can still keep on farming Pale Horse. They don't have... Oh, but the arrow! What a timing! Oh, turns, tries to live. Pale Horse wanting to run, but wait for him. It just saves up for Yimsum to come in and clean up afterwards. Gremlo trying to escape. They have the chase down here, though. And with Zero in tow, having that stun, they'll get the angle. Arrow comes through afterwards. He's dead.
And this is what I mean about like this team playing with this DK instead of Viper. Like Zero's impact in this game already has been so high with this Blink Dagger on DK. He's gotten so many core pickoffs now, and really like clawed them back into this game when it was starting to look pretty bad for them. Now it doesn't look so bad. Now Yamsun picked up a couple kills. He actually got that Luna kill there, which is really big for his game. And he's climbing back on net worth. It's looking pretty even for him.
You like to see it. I think that, there's always questions when somebody has a horrible lane stage. How do you respond to that? Do you just keep chain feeding over and over again? And, he's only, about 800 gold behind that Luna now. This is huge for him. They are still stacking up Ancients. There's going to be a nice little piggy bank built up for Luna eventually when she retreats back to that triangle. But, it's Black and Yellow making a lot of moves happen without having to get that morph involved. Where do they go now, though? Looks like they want to try and take back over bottom again.
They just need to get their lanes out, so I don't think they need to make any plays other than getting this mid lane out. Top lane, we need to get the top lane out with the Morphling. And if they go too far on Arkosh pushing this bottom lane, that's when you can TP in and respond. I like how Esk is down there, just kind of cleaning up the XP. Both the teams are just playing for their levels, not really looking to push any objectives right now.
Okay. Well, it's good to watch. They find somebody mid, though. Silence into death. Flea gets picked off. A rare misplay there, and maybe they anticipated them going bottom, but whatever the case ends up being, it's a nice hit. So Luna stacks Ancient as it's a 4-person smoke into their own jungle. They want to find Yamsun if possible. Scan on that side. Now that signals, they ping right on top of him. They know exactly where he is. Aoi is calling that one. And looking for the opening. Smoke is going to break. There's the jump. Waveform away afterwards. Force staff, everything thrown out. They got him caught. and gonna get him killed. Dude, what a call out.
Oh, that was great. Unfortunately, Black and Yellow couldn't. They might try to do a turn here.
Looking for it. Stun on a Gremlo. This is a scary target to go on right at the start. There's the roll in to try and turn this. Do they have enough damage? Gremlo living through it, has stick charges still. Now the roll follow-up onto S, trying to get that puck kill, but they won't quite bring him down as of yet. Canis Vulpes has gone a little bit insane, but the rest of the team is also insane. So they'll chase as well. Trying to get out of there. It's a 3-person Dream Coil. Finally, Pale Horse shows up now. And looks like that's going to be the extent of it as they try and take out those stacks of Ancients. Another stun onto Gremlo. This man hasn't been able to play that much Dota almost at all. But they are going to take the stack of Ancients away from Black and Yellow as the chase up to the top side. They find and kill Crow. And now Yamsun looking for more. Slow down. Now they get the break onto Gremlo. Looking for Owie. Turn. Trying to do something. Needs to back out, but they will find that kill. So 3 end up going down as Jubei just hook shots a creep wave and won't be able to connect with Pale Horse.
Yeah, I mean, that was really good play for Arkosh at first to identify that morph kill and then take their Ancients, but unfortunately they weren't able to retreat. I was talking about yesterday how the Luna player, I think it was from Simply 2 based, I wanted him to be more aggro, and I think Pale Horse is doing a magnificent job and like being greedy but also helping his team by moving in positions where they're already at, and that would have been really good if they would have backed out a little sooner, but they're a little slow to back out and they lost a lot of heroes for it. So I like the idea, but the execution was just a little too slow.
That's fair, yeah. And I mean, for the side of Black and Yellow, kudos to them to recognize like, hey, these guys are overextending. We can take this moment to punish. That's what you need to be able to do in these games where you're already playing from a little bit of a deficit. So very nice played, definitely, by Black and Yellow to take advantage of that moment. I guess the thing that always feels like we're looking towards is potentially a Roche or something as, Flea gets caught by that silence, but can't quite get him. Is that something that you think are on either team's minds, or are they just sort of keeping with the Brawlin? Okay, well, apparently they're keeping with the Brawlin. They used both steps, also used both of the Resonant Pulses, which means it's hard to take the fight, but afterwards, Jubei is taken down there, and they managed to find that trade-off again.
They might turn again. Look who it is again, Gremlo. Can they get him? With the Viper, they might.
Yeah, Coil afterwards
Viper,
tries to get out of there. Oh, but look at the turn and the stuns that came out from the birds. Try to chase. They've already lost that Viper. Can they find anybody else? Silence now, but where's the detection? They don't have it. And now Zero there to punish yet again. Looking for the chase. They end up stunning the bird instead. Pale Horse has to back out. Yamsun doing so much in these fights with the morph. Crow rolls into a couple creeps. They get the silence afterwards onto Esk. Secondary silence from Canis Vulpes. They find it. Right click's coming through, trying to take down Canis Vulpes. They get that finish. Zero threw out multiple stuns, but ends up falling. Dude, what is happening?
This game is so close, actually. Like, it is so close. Like, there's so much fighting, but like nobody's really winning these fights by much. Right. Maybe it's a little Arkosh favored, but not by much, to be honest with you. These are like really close engagements. And Morph is gonna go for the E-Blade next.
Okay.
Not sure how I feel about that one, considering like Owie's playing Visage and he has like the layer stacks that reduce burst damage. Viper also has high magic resist. You can disjoin it pretty easily on Void Spirit, so we'll see. Maybe if they can stun him, it'll be okay. But I would really just like to see, at some point, he can have the E-Blade, it's fine, but I'd like to see him get a BKB and an Iascati. Those are going to be like the two big items for me.
Would you look at that as we switch over to Yamsun's item build now? He has queued up the BKB and the Iascati, so
Yeah.
he's hearing you.
Yeah, I guess he's tuned in to this cast here.
Right, exactly, with magically no delay. Regardless, yeah, it's a good item. Decision to change that one up. Owie also going back for the Helm of the Dominator. Much more common than on the heroes that we saw the other day. And the cool thing, Grave Chill, I believe, gives that bonus attack speed and everything to his summoned units, as well as the jump. And now Coil onto multiple. Oh, can they keep alive? Canis Vulpes push back dead, but Zero also might be in some trouble. Now Jubei also gonna fall. So they trade their mid for a couple more, and now the turn, trying to find themselves an opening on Yamsun. They get the silence. Trying to chase. Esk Still living through that. Waveforms away. Push back onto that Crow and gets the kill. But Esk now, do they have the control for this puck? Without Void Spirit, it's feeling kind of tough. And they're even thinking about turning again. Pale Horse has to back out of there. And they will retreat.
I didn't realize how farmed out he was. He already had like Veil and Helm of the Dominator. He's having a really good game. Yeah. It's actually the POS 4 now in the Void. The Earth Spirit more looks like the POS 5 this game.
I mean, Earth Spirit's just been in the middle of everything, like either dying or killing constantly.
That's just how it goes with that hero. You're in and you usually can't get out.
Right. Yeah, currently 1, 5, and 15. It's a hell of a stat line there. As you can see, a lot of assists gained on this team and trying to get involved in all those kills. I will say that Canis Vulpes dying in those couple of those times, it felt like if he was able to survive through the fights, could totally change the situation. Does have the illusion rune bottled now for Void.
As I always called it, and most of the teams I've been on call it, like this Puck versus Void Spirit matchup, it's like a double-edged sword. Like the Puck is very good versus Void Spirit because you can't use your defensive spells, but at the same time you have this instant silence for Puck, as you can see, which is also good versus Puck. So whoever gets the jump in this matchup highly favors them.
Wow, the wraparound coming now. Who do they find? This Observer Ward still here for 19 seconds, and they jump immediately onto Flea. Able to pull him back and kill him. So a nice pick-off there from Arkosh. And what is next? Do they go into the pit? They're thinking about it. It looks like it.
They do have Clockwork to see it, so they need to be a little careful about it. Puck and Clock might make this a little annoying for them.
It's dropping low, but they don't have that medallion, I don't think. Not seeing it on anybody. The jump forward, trying to find Zero. Couldn't quite get him, but the silence was there on Puck. So they're keeping Esk back for the moment. Dude, the fact that Arkosh is doing this like this is insane. I mean, it's down low. They're ready. Dream Coil is there. They take away the vision, and that might stop it. Do Arkosh decide to walk high ground against this? The wrap comes. They found the stun. Onto one. It's Gremlin. Pale Horse turns over to the side. Yimsun. That's the BKB reveal. Jubei starting to get torn up, but so too is Pale Horse. Yimsun just turns onto him, BKBs and kills. They don't have an answer to this one. Roche is already down low. Esk lives through the entire initiation. Arkosh are getting torn apart. Yimsun came back in a big way.
Dude, I don't know if you caught it there, but the Grimlow forced into the pit on this Viper. Like 2 hits from dead, and Roche bashed him and killed him.
Oh no.
But he may have been able to earn up and turn back again there. That was pretty funny. But yeah, you're kind of seeing like this. I talked about the Luna versus Morph matchup. It gets worse. And once he gets to the Scotty on this Morphling, it's just he's just gonna go right on top of this Luna and just like, you have to man fight me type of thing. And Luna never wins this man fight, and they don't have any like steroids for this Luna to win this man fight either.
Right.
So it's, I don't know, that's huge. Like that's the 7k. This game was almost even for the entirety of the game. Now it's a 7k gold lead with Aegis.
You know,
just
sometimes
like
you just get wiped as a team. You know, it's how it goes sometimes. But yeah, I mean, and I guess that's one of those things where if you can finish off Roche, like if you can just like clean that up, it starts to look a little bit better. But you know, that felt like it was one of those game-deciding fights. We're at 20-20 in terms of the kills, and now a smoke up, and they attempt to go again. And now with a DD bottled for Yimsun, I don't know how this fight goes well.
And BKB on DK now against all that magic damage. He is survivable now on DK when he was not.
Jump forward. They just used roll as well. They missed the arrow. Oh, but it hits on Canis Vulpes. What? Oh my god, Gremlo's gonna die. Canis Vulpes goes down too. Oh no.
I don't know if that was a misclick or Flea's a god, but it
it was something. That was unbelievable. And
like
now,
I kind of imagine Flea missing a stunned unit with arrows, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt there, saying that was a next level play.
Dude, you anticipate it's gonna hit, and then you find the person back behind him. That's pretty sick.
Maybe he thought like they didn't need his arrow to finish that, and BKB TP should be good.
Yeah.
Crow though, Maybe not so much.
Has a run the roll here and gets it broken by Jubei. Nicely played by black and yellow. Very, very good stuff here. 10,000 gold lead. And I mean, we've seen so many of these games where it's like Luna that ends up, 1v5ing to a certain extent. But as you said, there's no steroid. It means that Luna can't really just make this fight work for her, most likely. I mean, we have seen like some good stuff from the Ag Shard build, but it's going to be tough. It's going to be so difficult.
Do you see the balls on this Puck's item build? He's playing for 2 silences.
Yeah, it doesn't care.
And he has a Desolator Witchblade.
Yeah.
Oh my, he is feeling confident.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Oh, does
but
Zero
on that
find
side,
him?
if he gets Pale Horse, no BKB, no TP.
Damn, dude. Gives him the tip afterwards. All right. Arkosh, gonna need some awakens out there to sort of knock him out of it, because they've been sleeping the last couple minutes. Not gonna lie, it has been a tough one to watch.
Yeah, I was about to go into a little speech about like the birds with the Luna Aura doing the Roshan, but so far the strategy, even with the Luna Aura on the birds, has not really done that much damage.
Yeah. Find Canis Vulpus again. Cogs push back into the stun, into the arrow. Force Staff to save, but it wasn't enough. They keep on getting these pickoffs over and over again. It's exactly what they need to keep the pressure on and just make it uncomfortable for Arkosh at all times. Trying to get towards their BKBs, you can see, but it feels like that window might have already closed a bit. Yeah, and freaking Void Spirit's been stuck on this item build for forever. Hasn't been able to finish off the Yules. Mirana's about to overtake him. In terms of net worth, game is hard.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Yamsun's not going for the Daedalus. I think Satanic would be good too, another Dispel for the Vessel, but he's going for the damage. And once he gets there... Oh, Grimlow, Force Staff, is he...
Ooh, that was close.
I always appreciate watching Flea Mirana, and just not so much for his own play, which is also amazing, but whenever they draft him this Mirana, it's always such a good Mirana game. He knows what he needs on his team to make his Mirana shine. Like, they always pick this DK, this Clockwork, they always have such good setup, and he's always there to follow up on these setups too. This team is just so strong with Mirana.
Right. Oh, Pale Horse, you break the smoke when you Lucent Beam with the Shard. That's annoying. I didn't realize
really?
that.
Interesting.
Oh,
Does it count as like your heroes there, like an Ember?
I guess.
Oh, that is silly.
Oh, regardless, I don't know if it would have mattered anyways. It felt like Black and Yellow had a good read on that smoke. They get out of dodge. Do get the Enchanted Quiver, which is something.
Oh, that's really good on Luna because it applies to the Ag Shard beam.
All right. Oh, stun though. Got him caught. Oh my god. All right, well, it didn't help them there, as they're going to lose Canis Vulpus too. Arkosh drop everybody, turning into the Earth Spirit. GG's called. They're done. They have had enough. Good stuff from Black and Yellow to deal with that like terrible early game. Come back and win it.
Yeah, I mean, Zero for me was the MVP of this one. Once he got his Blink Dagger, they really just turned the tide to that early game.
Absolutely. So impressive showing by Black and Yellow off the back of Zero. And then I think that, there's also something to be said for just like recognizing collectively as a team, we can wait till this later timing to make it all work. So very good stuff. Maybe not the way that we anticipated it happening, but it is going to be Black and Yellow that come out with the victory in game number 1. We're going to go to a quick break. When we get back, us along with Ava are going to break down all the action on the panel. See y'all then.